Probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking, I'm estimating here. We noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage?
Throughout America, all throughout, and I saw Trump rising up, and then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum.
Do you guys know how long ago that was filmed? And there's a couple other ones I need to show you. Guys, prophecy or prediction, whatever it is, these details are too precise for this information to be dismissed. And did you guys hear the alleged shooter happens to be on or featured in a BlackRock commercial? Is that just a coincidence? A lot of interesting stuff I'm digging up coming right up. My name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. If you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most of all, news and awareness, stuff that you want to know about, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. Guys, so what I've been doing is researching. This is a crazy developing story. New stuff is surfacing all the time. I'm sure a lot of you, whether you like the left side or you like the right side, it's definitely an interesting topic. It's historical. I don't think we've even dealt with anything like this since back at Kennedy times. So it's definitely current events, and there's a lot of different things that will affect us all that could come of this. So that's why it's pertinent for just about everybody. Anyway, I've been digging because I don't want to put out false stuff, right? So I'm sitting here trying to find out the facts so I can get you guys some really good current event type material. But what I'm gonna do, because I'm going down a rabbit hole with this, I'm gonna give you what I got right now because I know it's interesting to me, so I'm sure you guys will find it interesting. So let's get right into it. Some seriously interesting images and figures regarding this thing that I just want to run by you. Stuff like this, distances and times of the shooter and the snipers and the protection. We're gonna go over all that because it just, to me, doesn't add up. Let's jump into what most media is calling a prophecy or a prediction real quick, because this is really crazy. Okay, first video, it's headlined, look, I don't much believe in prophecy, but this prediction is just too spot on to be dismissed. Listen to what this guy said 3 months ago compared to today. Folks, this is 3 months ago. The detail is insane.
Throughout America, all throughout, and I saw Trump rising up, and then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. And I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame, and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame. I'm talking, people say he's saved now, but he becomes really on fire for Jesus, for what I saw coming. And then I saw people interceding when I saw him winning the presidency.
3 months ago, guys. Is that not a little bit like, whoa? All right, so he goes on to say what's coming next. Let's hear what he has to say. I mean, he got part one perfect, just about.
And then I saw people interceding when I saw him winning the presidency through great. The Lord showed me it would go clear into the summer. Great persecution would come on him through the judges and through the law and all these people trying to sue him and all this stuff. But there would be a stop to it, and things would start to break free come toward the fall. And then I saw him winning the election through the Patriots coming out and voting.
Okay, so is that what's coming down the pipe? So there's a handful of what they're calling prophecies or predictions. I want to give you guys just a couple more here while I've got you. They are not as good as the first one. The first one is just so detailed. These ones are also floating around, so I just want to give them to you before I show you some of the crazy stuff on where the shooter was, the distance, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, and a little bit of interesting stuff about the alleged shooter. So yeah, stick around for that, because you might be scratching your head going like, huh.
I'm going to say this one more time for you to remember this. Pray that next year's election is not disrupted. Pray. I saw something happening that may be devastating.
So the buzz is many people prayed, and what was supposed to happen got averted.
Let's pray that it's averted. I'm not saying this because it will happen. If it is going to happen, I'll say this is happening. There is a way out of this, because it won't be good for this country. Pray. If you love this great nation you live in, pray. Pray sincerely, because the chaos the kingdom of darkness is preparing is not good. Even assassination attempts, pray. I'm telling you this because it's not time for me to say everything. I am just touching on it to tell you.
Okay, so like I said, not as detailed as the first guy, but still another one that's floating around out there. I got another one.
On the 25th of April, Prophet Abel T. Boma spoke about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. These were his words. Today, July 13, 2024, gunshots were fired at Trump rally in Pennsylvania. Here is the prophecy. Watch and share.
And let us also pray, because I saw Trump. I've seen Trump twice in a casket. So I keep asking God, will Trump die? And I have not gotten any answer. So I saw Trump in a casket. Will they kill him, or will he face attack? So let's pray for Mr. Trump. It is very, very important. But as I say, there's going to be a lot of attempts to destroy and to kill him. But the Lord will help him. But for him to be the president of America, I saw him close to the position. But what will happen, I will say, until 1 month before the election. So that's
thing that said, take a look at what happened.
That one, he pretty much spelled it out too. Like he said, he's gonna have a close call, but God will be there for him. That's another one that's floating around. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. Another one that's floating around is this one. It is another what they're calling a prophetic message from a preacher about Donald Trump, and it's also being said to be pretty on point.
But focus on Jesus Christ of Nazareth, whom you have mentioned his name in some of your talks. And if you truly believe in him as you have been talking about him, then I encourage you from the bottom of my heart, it is now hanging by a thread.
I'd say in some cases or some perspectives, it's hanging in the thread with when you factor in some other things.
Trump, you'll understand what I'm saying. I don't want to say everything, but you'll understand what I'm saying. It is hanging by a thread. If you do not focus on Jesus Christ alone, America is gone, finished.
I'd have to agree. I think that we're definitely in a very vulnerable time that could head in a couple different drastic directions. So
the next superpower will wipe you, will wipe everyone, and it will bring total destruction.
Just for some feedback, do you guys agree with that preacher guy? Put it in the comments down below. Okay, now let's get into some of this stuff, which I find definitely interesting because I have a background that this type of stuff makes sense to me. And there's some things that don't make sense about this scenario. If you're someone out there with some experience, you would agree. Oh, but first, let me tell you more about this guy real quick. The supposed guy, right? So this is very, very, very interesting. Supposed shooter, the alleged shooter, right? Happens to be featured in a BlackRock commercial. People are also speculating that the ear is different on this guy versus the guy that they're saying it is. You guys want to see this commercial?
My name is Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and honors economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do.
BlackRock. You guys don't happen to know who BlackRock is, do you? Yeah, it says BlackRock manages retirement plan assets for over a third of the U.S. public school teachers. If you guys don't know, that's one of the big companies that controls nearly everything. So the question to me, is this just complete irony? Is it ironic that he happens to be in this commercial? Is it just by chance? Because this is very, very odd.
I hope when I retire someday, they say that guy made this place a special place to come to school and gave as much as he...
Boom! All right, guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's that guy right there? Who's that guy?
Gave as much as he...
Right there. That's who they're saying is the same guy in the old Blacker Rocker commercial. Pretty nuts, right? Invest in the future. Pittsburgh, America. How did that just land perfectly? You're always putting together pieces of the puzzle, right? Just on this, it says my thoughts. This is a post on X. My thoughts. This, to me, stinks like MK Ultra. I'm not sure what that means. But what's odd to me is that someone would even come across this so fast. Like, how do you cross-reference the name, the school, and BlackRock? What do you guys think? Good observation. That's what I'm saying. I was talking to a friend earlier today, and they're like, you know, be careful, tread lightly. We don't know what's true, what's not true. Everything's still emerging and surfacing, and it's true. It's very true. We have to be very, very careful because you got to remember, these guys have a chess game at play, and they are so far ahead in chess moves that what we think we see, and if we even do a little bit of surface level scratching a couple layers deep, it's known to be that these guys are like chess moves, plural, ahead of the game. So some of this stuff, a lot of it they're saying could be on purpose to gain a certain result. With history being what it is, we know that there's a high chance that there's always a lot more to what we are actually seeing. A lot of times I'll go to the sources, the most corrupt sources, that have some roots in the ground, and I'll see what they're quickly pushing out there right out of the gate. Like, what is the motive they're trying to push out straight out of the gate? So fast. And then that usually gives me the rabbit trail to run down to try to figure out what's really going on. So let me show you what a couple of these people that I talk to that know a lot more than I do most of the time are telling me. They are saying that post that I just showed you is very, very interesting. And it's ironic that quickly old Blacker Rocker is getting pulled into this, and that comparison was so quickly found. They're showing me images like this. Like, what is this? Let me get a bigger picture of it. They're like, what are these people doing in the background? And then the on top of this post says, yep, the CIA is behind this. Check the CIA guy. And so I made the comment to them. I was like, is that an alien? Like, what's going on? So yeah, that's kind of bizarre, right? I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, some more interesting things that are circulating. But what else is being said? There was 3 layers of protection, and this particular guy apparently was in the middle one. This image right here, I'm not sure what guys those are, if they're protective services or if they're, I'm not sure. But it says they were standing there doing that 7 minutes and 21 seconds before the shots rang out. At the bottom there, you can see them all posted up. 42 seconds of looking down the scope before the shot. Now, when you know the distance of how far this person was away, there's no reason to have any downtime. If you see someone that's taking aim at that close proximity, there should be no lag time. There should be lead flying. In no way, when you see a guy just over a football field distance away, which is not very far away, sitting on a metal roof, aiming. Guys, when you're holding a piece with a scope, this is very close to you. In absolutely no way do you hesitate, wait for something to happen. So the fact that these guys had this person supposedly pinned, and that much time went by, and then all of the shots rang out before the threat was neutralized is insane. Right here in this post says it perfectly. How does Secret Service have line of sight to shoot after the shots are fired, but not a line of sight to neutralize the threat before the shots were fired? Definitely something to look into. Let's analyze that real quick and take a really good look at this. I'm like, who are these guys? Are these guys brand new? Look, why did the guy that's supposed to be protecting the guy take cover on the roof? He dipped down. Watch it. Like, this guy is ultra hesitant. I don't know why it's taking him so long. Some people are questioning, are these guys actually on the right side, or are they paid off, if you know what I mean? But watch this guy. This guy is the one that they're saying had a shot forever. And then, I don't even know if he took a shot. I couldn't tell because this is a blurry video. But I do tell, after some shots rang off, he dipped down like he was scared and hiding. What? All right, right here, look. Here we go. This guy aiming. Oh, some shots go. He's like, where's he at? All messed up. This guy ducks. Look at him. There he is aiming. Then he ducks. And he's down hiding. Does anyone pick that up? Look, this is the buzz right now. And trying to figure it out, I mean, who doesn't like doing puzzles, right? So putting together all of these pieces, now that we've got all of this data, look at the distance. Right, so here we go. There's the snipes over there on the left. You can see, this is the roof, the big flat roof that he's on, and there's, you see that little bit of cover there with the trees on the right, so you can see where the local police or Secret Service is sitting. I'm not sure what those guys were, but they're over there on top of the roof behind the whole podium area where the President Trump was standing, and you can see where the casualties are right there. Okay, so look, that guy that got pulled out of the stands was definitely, that's sad. That's definitely sad. We got a little bit of video on that in this video right here that I posted yesterday. But right here, the rumor out there right now says that the counter sniper's request to off the assassin prior to his shots was denied by USSS. The rumor is completely unconfirmed. It is unclear if the counter snipers on the roof behind the president were with Secret Service or local law enforcement. Right, guys? This whole circle around Trumpster, like, can we really believe everyone? Like, is everybody in the office 100% trustworthy these days? This is another image right here. You can see, now, like I said, for someone that does this, that is experienced, this is not a long shot. Like, you don't miss, if this, I don't know what the caliber was yet, I'm guessing 223. You don't miss an apple at that distance, let's just put it that way. Now, if, like, we were having this conversation, what I'm saying is there's reports of this person, report claims that the 20-year-old shooter at the Trump rally used a $12,000 rifle. It is an AXSR. Look those up. They are quite expensive. Quite expensive. We're talking 12 G's. And the fact that they're saying that the FBI confirmed that Thomas Matthew Crooks, 20 years old, of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, was the shooter in the attempted assassination of President Trump. Oh, this is really interesting, guys. This is really interesting. Let me keep reading. Thomas Matthew Crooks data. Crooks used a semi-automatic rifle. 3 senior U.S. law enforcement officials said, based on what was found at the scene. Bethel Park is a predominantly white, relatively well-to-do city in the southern reaches of Greater Pittsburgh. The site of the rally, Butler, is about an hour's drive north of Pittsburgh. Thomas Crooks had not been carrying ID, so investigators used DNA to identify him, the FBI said in a statement. It gets even crazier. Watch this. He was from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, about 70 kilometers, 43 miles from the site of the attempted assassination, and graduated in 2022 from Bethel Park High School with a $500 prize for math and science, according to local newspapers. Crooks worked at a local nursing home kitchen just short drive from his home. Wait till you see what he's been donating for. State voter records show that he was registered a Republican, according to U.S. media. Interesting. He was also reported to have donated $15 to liberal campaign group Act Blue in 2021. Huh. Crooks was wearing a t-shirt from the Demolition Ranch, a YouTube channel known for its guns and demolition content. The channel has millions of subscribers featuring videos on different guns and explosive devices. Eyewitness stated that he saw the shooter climb the building. He alerted both the police and Secret Service. They did nothing. However, Cook was immediately neutralized by the Secret Service. I wouldn't say immediately. Chief of Communications Anthony Guglielm something said. Don't know that name. The incompetence of the Butler PD and those particular Secret Service members are to blame for Trump getting shot and the second rally Trump supporters being killed. They've got video footage of the guys saying that they actually saw him climbing up the roof. What?
Probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, But we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, you know, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police are like, huh, what? You know, like they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? I mean, this is not a big place.
I just stumbled across this one right now. That's nuts. Holy smokes. If there is any sighting of any threat, there needs to be communications. Things need to go into protection mode. Like, what is going on here? Am I not right? I know there's some guys out there that probably know more of the protocol, but I imagine if there's any sighting of a threat whatsoever, things get put on pause and into a protection mode. Why did that not happen? You've got to be kidding. They've actually got video footage of this guy on the roof.
I hope he's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
There's definitely a lot of things to do some digging on, for sure. I mean, we've even got pictures of alleged Secret Service hiding behind Trump so that she doesn't get pinged. I thought that they were supposed to, like, you watch some video footage of that gal right there, especially when they put him into the car. She couldn't get her piece out of the holster. She couldn't get it back in the holster. Like, it looked like it was the first time ever holding something like that. Yet she's hiding behind. I'll stop there, guys. Anyway, thought this was all super, super interesting as I'm like spending hours researching this stuff, and I thought this was all good stuff for you to watch, be entertained, learn, put together the puzzles. Share this out if I gave you guys some good nuggets. Be sure to hit the like button, comment down below, let me know what you guys are thinking or what you found out, and keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you guys on the next one.